Hello, everyone. July 2nd today. So I hope you had a great Canada Day.
It still says we will begin shortly, though.
Oh, yes, we should preview because now we're on. We're on now.
Hello, everyone. Make sure you're commenting. It's a new month, so a new prize at the end. So get your name in there as many times as you can.
And let us know if you guys actually did anything for Canada Day and celebrated or what you ended up doing. I did not. I ended up cleaning, but that was okay. It was much needed. Jennifer said she went to some of the activities.
Yeah.
So
Checked out Poos Park and some of the live music and some of the
Nice.
events for the kids. And of course, I had to get a bucket of yummy donuts.
And what about, did you guys watch the parade?
We didn't go for the parade. We
Oh, yeah.
slept in.
Well, that's okay. You can usually catch the floats on Facebook. People post them, right? Hi, Pam. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Dagny. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Rhonda.
Ooh, all our ladies are joining in.
If I'm squinting, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to see their names.
I know, they
Super
should be
bad
able
on
to
my
make
end.
it bigger, right?
Who's on there?
So,
Ooh, raining in Chetwynd. Okay.
we heard that some of you followed us along for the craft along last week. How was that? Do some commenting. We did have one lady come in and said that it was a good pace, but it was hard to do any commenting or ask any questions because there wasn't any break. So we will take note of that for this month and kind of slow a bit and take some time to have some breaks so you guys can ask any questions you need to.
And hello, Sharon, Lori's sister. Nice of you to join us.
That's
I
fabulous.
love it.
We hope you guys are having nice weather and getting some lots of crafting time in.
Well, I'm glad it's sunny today. It's a little bit sunny here today, too. It wasn't, and now it is. Ooh, Lori said excellent, so that's good.
Yes, perfect. That's awesome.
And we still have some left over, so if you do want to
Oh, yes.
grab some more kits and follow along, we could do that, too.
Yes, we are. So right now, today, that's a good point. So right now, today, we are multi-streaming. So we are here on Facebook, but from now on, we are going to be on YouTube as well. So if you have any people in your life that aren't on Facebook that have talked about the lives or been interested to see them, they will be broadcasted on YouTube as well. Now, in saying that, last week wasn't. Samantha set it up, and she wasn't as familiar with setting up a multi-stream as we are.
We're learning.
So I'm going to go back in our files and post that to YouTube, the craft along last week. So if there's people out there that had the craft along but weren't able to do it because of Facebook, that will be on YouTube. I'll try to get that on today or tomorrow, so you'll have that option. And then, like Jennifer said, there is some kits still, so if you are interested,
Yeah, come and get them. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do, because we need a few more so we can change the name.
oh, I know, it's horrible.
And so, can the craft along be longer than 30 minutes?
It can,
It can
be,
be.
for sure.
If you guys want to stay on longer, that's totally up to everyone watching. Hi, Linda. But so our July 30th craft along is going to be a gift card holder. And this is one that Samantha came up with. So we're not going to have a kit. This is purely you use your own scraps. So you'll get a whole bunch of them ready. Where's my camera?
Over here.
And so they'll lay flat like that. And then when you're ready to have a gift, so you'll make a whole bunch that looks like this.
So
and you'll
it
just have
looks
them
like a cute little present, right?
so you'll just have them in your stash. And then when you're ready to use them and make them, it'll look like that, and it'll pull up, and then your gift card is on the inside. So it looks like a little present. And you pull it up, and that will be where the gift card.
There's a little envelope or a little slot down below that you can fix your gift card into.
So how cute is that? And
That's
it's
so
purely
cute.
using your scraps. So we won't have a kit or anything. This will be, and closer to the time, Samantha will put out measurements so you can have it all cut and ready to go, and she'll walk you along how to make it flat and then how to turn it into so cute.
Hi, Audrey.
Hi,
Hi,
Audrey.
sweetie. Thanks for watching. So this one then I guess will be a free craft along, right?
Yeah, this
because
one will
it's
be a
their
free
own
craft along.
supplies. So
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yes. So we'll have some like that, and then, yeah.
Very
You didn't
cool.
put it in the-
Oh,
It fell out. No, other
Oh
one.
yeah, right. Okay, this one's yeah. Okay.
But what are we doing today?
Well, I think that's
me. We're gonna be playing. It's all good. Bring it here.
Just wait.
We're playing with fun foam today.
Okay, I'm gonna put us back over here. Okay, so we're playing with fun foam today. So you're back on this camera, right?
Oh. We're making a fun foam card. So it's not necessarily about the card technique today. It's more about the fun foam.
However, it's a very cute card.
It is a cute card, so we can definitely follow along for that. as well.
Okay, so you want me now to switch
Yep,
the?
yep, switch it now.
Okay.
Okay, so fun foam. If you don't know what fun foam is, this is how we sell it. It comes in a big pack. I think it's $2.95.
There you go. Yep.
$2.95 for 30 of these fun foam sheets in here. So it's a great price. You can use fun foam for so many things. I'm not going to touch on everything today. Just a couple of things that I found kind of fun. So to make these flowers, I use the Pink Fresh. It's a New Day floral die and stamp.
Nice.
So what I did was, I'll show you stamping one. I'm not going to show you how to die cut it. Everyone knows how to do that anyway. And I have all my pieces already die cutted out, but I will just show you how I stamped it because, did you know you could stamp on fun foam? Did you know that fun foam shrinks down like shrinky dink paper? Which is super fun.
So here's the supply list. Fun foam. You're going to be using some Distress inks. The stamp and die set that you already mentioned. The Pink Fresh.
Pink Fresh something.
It's a New Day floral.
And the die to match because it is way easier.
And then we need, of course, adhesive to put the card together. The heat tool to make.
Shrink it.
And then, of course, just some tweezers.
Yes, to hold it because you don't want to get your fingers super hot. And the distress colors, I just did one darker one and one lighter one in whatever color. So I just used archival ink on my stamp platform to stamp on it. And it didn't get that great the first time around. That's why I used the platform. So you could go and put it back on and then you just run it through your Big Shot or whatever machine you have for die cutting.
But I really like that stamp for that you stamp the whole thing all at once. That's awesome.
And then it die cuts it all at once. So I have a few, but I did it in every color just so we could see. I'm not using every piece that I die cut out, so you'll have leftovers if you use a big thing like that. But for the sake of this card, we're not.
So I just want to show them this, your little stash here of all.
Yep.
So this is what you get when you cut it all in multiple colors, right?
I did
like
one
look
sheet
at all
of
the
each
pieces.
color. So three colors.
Look at all the pieces that you get.
But you get a
from
lot of
that.
pieces from it.
So you could make what? How many cards?
Multiple cards
like
at a time.
4?
At least 4, if not
Awesome.
more than that.
That's really nice.
So
I do like that stamp set for the fact that it stamps all one together.
And if you're a lady or a gentleman who likes to make multiple cards at once, that's a great one for this. If you only wanted to make one at once, then you can have different. But I like these flowers. I wanted to do it because I also will show you that I used.
Sorry, it's going to be a little shaky here. I'm just lifting up our camera just a tiny little bit here.
I did use, you can also use an embossing folder. So after I I stamped and die cut them. And then also for our little window seal, I ran one sheet through, it's hard to tell, I don't think you can see the texture, but I ran it through the wood grain embossing folder and then die cut out the window and then the
Let's see if we
pot
can.
with
Yeah,
it.
that's really cute. Let's see if we can get it on this camera.
if you can see that side view. So I just ran it through the wood grain embossing folder,
I don't know if I can.
the
get
sheet,
that.
and then I cut it out the window.
Let's try this one.
I don't know, maybe if you can see this
Where is my camera on this
little
one?
tiny, where's it over here?
Oh yeah.
If you can see on the little
Oh
tiny
yeah,
leftover.
there you go. Yep. There you go.
It
Yeah,
has
that's
the wood
cute.
grain on there.
That's a cute idea.
So
for
I
sure.
used that on the white and then cut the windowsill out
Very cute.
to make. So you can kind of see it on there once I get some color on it.
Especially once you put some color on it, then you
Yes,
can really see
you'll
it for
kinda
sure.
see it. So
Okay, so Dagny's asking, can you cut it like paper?
You can cut it like paper if you want to use scissors. You can run it through a Big Shot. It's just fun foam, so it's not super thick. It is just finding the proper sandwich to go through your machine.
And then Lori is asking, did you use archival ink?
I use archival ink to stamp it, but I'm going to add some dimension. You can see on my card that these colors on these flowers are a little bit different. Like, see, that pink isn't quite the same. It's because I'm going to ink it just to add some dimension, and I'll show you that right now.
And then Dagny's asking, which is the set for the window? What die set is
I'm
that?
not sure. We had it just another thing. I'm not sure if it's a Stampin' Up one or, but it's super cute, and I saw that, and I was like, yes.
I think it is, but I can check into, you can get these window sets. I think Honeybee has them. I think Alta New has one, so I can find out more information on that for you, Dagny, if you want me to look into a window set, and I can give you some information about that.
So I'm just going to be using a blender brush, and when I went and picked some distressed inks to go, I just picked 2 in the pink, a lighter one and a darker one, and I'm just going to start with my picked raspberry and my brush here, and I just gonna kind of put it on the edges, kind of lighter on the edges, darker in the middle. There's no right way. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, we're shrinking it down and you're not gonna really see it that much. This is more just to add kind of dimension to the flower and to show that you don't have to just keep it the color that the fun foam comes with.
Don't worry what I'm doing. I'm just adjusting this a little bit.
And so I used the picked raspberry first. I'm just gonna wipe my brush off on some paper towel.
This iPad's so heavy, this stand doesn't want to hold it. So sorry, ladies, I'm just trying to get it so that we can see it a bit better.
Yeah,
there.
and then I'm just gonna go in with some more lipstick, a dark color in the middle.
There we go.
Kind of blend it out there.
And hi, Ryder. We see you're
Hi,
joining us.
Ryder and Audrey. So that's the pink. It's not super perfect because it doesn't need.
So just hold this up next to it too, so that they can see the difference.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is the pink it started with. And then that's after I put a couple of different colors on there. I'm just going to set this aside. We are going to shrink it. It is a little bit too big. And so then we're going to ink and then shrink.
And
ink
this
and shrink.
and this actually, as my kids are now watching, this is actually even a technique kids could do.
Yes.
As long as maybe they had an adult to help them with the heat gun.
Yes.
But stamping on fun foam and then using some kind of a, you could even, the kids could even use a Q-tip to put the
some
ink
there.
on,
And
right?
it doesn't even need to be inked if they don't really want to.
That's true
either,
too, yeah.
Right? So this one I'm adding wilted violet to the ends, and I'm going to use this villainous potion one in the middle. You know, because the darker means the farther away. The lighter is closer up, technically.
I should just have the inks on this side, but that's okay.
Okay, I'll put the inks on that side.
That's okay.
And then
when you shrink them, would you think they shrink 50% to the
I will
size?
show
or
you.
not
I will
quite
show
50?
you a comparison because it is pretty big difference.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with this one on this green. I'm gonna do some peacock feathers on the end just to show that it doesn't have to be. You can put a different color on there. If I'm rushing, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure you guys can see all of this. Tell me to slow down. I talk fast. I can't help it. It's the American in me. I get excited and then talk fast and a lot.
Well, it is nice to find out all the different ideas. We've actually done a demo with Fun Foam before.
Yes, is that probably on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, or even on Facebook Lives. And that's one you did the same thing. I think you ran it through some embossing folders.
And shrunk it down. And
Yeah, I
stamped
can't
on
even
it.
remember what all. So now we've done so many demos, we're actually like coming back around and redoing some, but that's okay because,
I think that was when we were on the other side.
well,
to be
and
honest.
then as, you know, the year progresses or the 2 years progress, you know, you do learn different tips and tricks with the same old product, right? With the same existing products that you have. So it's really cool to see.
And so for my leaves here, this is a very, very bright green. I'm going to tone it down a little. I'm going to take Mowed Lawn first. Is that right in the way?
Nope, it's perfect.
Okay, and I'm just going to kind of do the whole thing in this Mowed Lawn to just try to, you know, tame my green down. I like the bright, but not everyone likes bright green.
Dagny, the new color has been shipped, so we won't have it in our store till Wednesday, but it has been shipped and it'll be here next week for sure. It actually just came into my supplier the beginning of this week, so then it took them a little bit of time to, of course, get the orders out to everybody. So by Wednesday, we will have it here.
So mode line kind of on the whole thing. If we don't cover it all, like I said, we're just kind of adding dimension. We're shrinking it down, so you're not going to see a bunch of that detail you're doing anyway. I'm just going to go in with the forest moss. It's a little darker, and kind of go along these dark lines that we stamped. Not perfectly, because like I said, we're shrinking it down, and it's just easier to ink it and then shrink it. Because it's easier to ink on something bigger than smaller.
And so you're using those little blender brushes, which, you know, I haven't used that much. So what's your review on those smaller size blender brushes?
I like these smaller ones. I did the smaller ones just so I had enough brushes for each color.
Right.
But on these ones, it does make quite a bit of a difference.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start shrinking them.
Okay.
And then when I shrink it, I'm going to have one out. So I'm going to start with the big one.
Okay.
If you hear the heat gun, I'm sorry if it's too loud. I try not to talk over it. I'm just going to be using some tweezers and holding it down.
Oh, that's what the tweezers
And
are for.
I will go back and forth. Like I'm going to flip it to one side and flip it back. The tweezers get really hot too, so please be careful when you're doing this part.
Okay, I'm just going to try to turn the volume off on this one.
Curls too much, then I flip it over. I don't worry about my hands getting too hot. I can handle heat, but please, please be careful. It does get hot. And I'm shrinking these down because I want them to fit in the little flower box. If you like them big and your card needs big flowers, you don't have to shrink it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to flip it over and do it kind of on the back just to flatten it. Because it's pretty much shrunk now.
Dagny's asking, why do you flip it?
Just to, because it will shrivel up, just to kind of flatten it out and kind of do what you want.
So to
with
keep it kind of flat for the card.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a flower, so you can have, but that's how the original size, and that's what it is after I shrunk
So
it.
about 50%.
So about 50%.
Yep.
It's kind of fun. And if you wanted to add some texture in there, you could use like your ball tool or the
Right.
back of your blending brush, but you don't necessarily need to do that either. We'll see you on the card. When,
Or if you wanted it really like mixed media type, I mean, you could just heat it from the front and let it curl all up
You
and
could.
do whatever, right?
100%. It's all personal preference.
But it really
It
curls.
really curls. So you really want to hit it from both sides.
At least for the first little bit, right?
And especially these smaller ones. Play around with it until you see.
Now Pam's commenting and saying she loves the new distress color. So did you just watch it on a video? Oh, okay.
see
So
how
you
that
just
one-
watched his video when he released it. I haven't even watched it. Those are usually too much information for me, and I start to get overwhelmed. So I haven't watched. I think Crackling Campfire was maybe the last one I watched, and I haven't watched any of them since. So
So I just want to shrink these all down. I'm not even in frame.
That's okay. I think they get the idea.
Yeah.
And how many did you put? 3 flowers on?
I put 3 flowers and a little bud and then 2 leaves.
Here, just give me that and I'll just show it in front here.
So just a few more to go. Sorry.
Oops, this way. So totally cute. Oh yeah, 3 flowers.
3 flowers, the little bud, and then a couple leaves.
Yep, that's perfect. Oops. Now I'm watching the wrong thing here.
And you can overheat it. You'll know if you do.
Okay. Well, that would be another reason for flipping as well, is to kind of not overheat it. Yes, Pam, I agree with you. I skip through different things too. He tends to really explain a lot of things, and which is good for those people who are new to the line. But yeah, I tend to skip through too, and especially when he has 2-hour-long videos, sometimes it's a lot.
And it can be information overload too.
Yes, it definitely can.
Did anyone else know that you can shrink fun foam?
Yeah, what are you guys thinking about this demo? Is this something you can see yourself using? Sharon, let's get your information, your opinion on this. I know you've watched a few of our lives, but what's your thoughts on this demo?
Now, you can see on this one, I'll hold it up. You can see where I overheated it with that really, like on the tip there, how it changed color.
Yeah, it changes color, yeah.
But it's not really that big of a deal. So then, I have my flowers that I just shrunk down. Now so my window seal and my little flower box, we will also ink. And for that I use gathered twigs and walnut stain. And I'm not shrinking the window seal. I'm leaving that, or the window frame, the frame. I'm not shrinking that down. That's the size I wanted it to be, but the flowers were just too big, so that's why I decided to shrink them down for this. I had to show you guys that you can shrink fun foam, because who knew? And then I'm gonna go back over the top.
Dorinda is saying hello from Norway. She made it to watch. What is the time difference there, Dorinda?
That's exciting.
Yes, Pam, I agree. You probably won't use it yourself, but your granddaughter for sure would. I agree with you.
All right, so and you can get more texture and stuff on the window frame and everything, but for the sake of time, because we're running short, and then my brick background that I just embossed through an embossing folder, and I'm just using fired brick, just kind of lightly over the top. And you can kind of go as light or as dark when you're rubbing like this. All personal preference. So just for this, because like I said, we're running out of time. So then I cut a black background for my window seal there, or seal frame, right? And then for this flower box part, what I did was I took some foam tape, I cut a little piece off, and then I just, because it was kind of thick, so I just cut it down the middle, like I can cut proper.
9 hours later. Wow.
That's a time difference. Move this up so you can see. So the bottom of my flower box is where I'm gonna put this foam tape that I just cut.
Perfect.
Like that.
Well, we appreciate you joining us when it would be 11 o'clock there.
Just gonna glue this background for the window here.
Bedtime, yeah, for sure. Well, we won't keep you up too much longer, so. Okay, and so that's just paper that you're
That's
gluing?
just, yeah, paper.
Very cute. So you could be cute with like some foiled cardstock or some mirrored cardstock.
Yeah, or even
too,
some
right?
glitter.
Yeah.
You know, make it shiny. Add your own personal flair.
Yeah.
I'm rushing now because I know we're getting there.
Don't rush, don't rush.
So
it's all good.
just glue. Now I'm gonna take my backing off.
Oh yes, the
Foam tape that I just trimmed down so we can kind of manipulate the flowers to go in there.
And so my kids that are watching, is this something you guys think you might like to try to do, and what will you make with it?
And then you kind of just line your flowers up in here how you like it. Right? That's why I put the foam tape there so you have enough
Some extra room
Extra
to get
room.
the flowers in
Yes,
behind,
thank
right?
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's good.
and then, you know, we can line up that like that.
Slide it up a bit. Oh, I think it's better now.
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't. And then you stick your leaves in how you want to here. I'm not gonna glue all these down.
Oh, and
right
you are
now,
using the art glitter glue. Okay, I
but
was
I
wondering
did
what
use
you
the
were.
art glitter glue.
Okay.
Yes. And if you notice, I do have a paper clip in there to keep it nice. And then then the hello, you can leave like that. But in my example, so then you would glue those flowers down, however
Right.
you get them arranged. But I did want a kind of a sentiment at the top. I'm just gonna show you how I ink this real quick, because I just used the same two purples I used on the flowers. So I went in with the wilted violet first, just kind of all over.
So you inked that one as well.
I did, just to give it some dimension and some color. And I ombrated it just a little bit, so I put the dark at the bottom, and I'll show you how I did that.
I wonder if the oxide would show up a bit more on that.
It might. It's something to play around with for sure. So I'm gonna get this dark color, and I'm just gonna put my hand here, and I'm only gonna go to where my hand is, and that's how you kind of get that little bit of an ombre effect. You can emboss too with embossing powder on these. It still shrinks it with the heat tool, but you can still do that. So we'll do that at a different time.
Which would be great on your sentiment, right?
Yeah, which would be so cool on the sentiment. So you can kind of see there how it's a little bit darker at the bottom than at the top. And then I would just kind of glue that to the window frame there. And then you have a whole kind of card front that you can now glue onto a card.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love the brick in the background. Like, it just makes it look like it's an actual little
Actual little
house window.
house. And then with some flowers in there, and that's why we shrunk it down. But yeah.
Perfect.
So fun foam, who knew you can use it like who knew you could use it to make embellishments and things like that? And we love the smiley faces from Audrey and Ryder for sure. And it does make a cute card. I know we say fun foam and we automatically think kids, but it doesn't necessarily have to be for kids at all. We can have fun with fun foam as well. Like I said, there's lots of things to do with it. I didn't know you could shrink it. I love shrinking it. I love shrinking anything. I like shrinky paper too. Yeah, so it was good to see everyone today. Thank you for joining us. I hope I didn't rush too fast, but you'll see more fun foam. I want to do the foundry wax on the fun foam, so that's definitely going to be something we try on it next time. And we hope you guys